Today I would like to talk about why you will never get the bigger picture from a narcissist. And I would like to specifically focus on the covert narcissist, because I think we can commonly agree that the majority of us survivors have experienced the covert type of a narcissist, because if we had seen the abuse happening from day one, I think chances are pretty certain that we would not have ended up in a relationship with that person. So why is it you will never get the bigger picture with a narcissist? Well, first of all, let's start with the fact that narcissists are pathological liars. Yeah, they are living sort of also in a fantasy world. And if they were absolutely honest about the life that they are leading behind closed doors or even away from their partners, it would be pretty shocking for everybody. The covert narcissist needs to uphold an illusion, a mask that he's wearing. And by the way, I'm using the pronoun he because I'm reporting as a woman who had the experience with a male narcissist. Whatever your situation was, please feel free to use the proper pronoun that applies to your situation. From day one, the narcissist was not giving us access to ever learn about the bigger picture. He approached us wearing a mask and inviting us into that fantasy world that he's living in. We have to commonly agree that this was a fantasy world because, again, there was so much happening in the background that we just never learned of. Narcissists, especially the covert narcissist, is wearing a mask because the public is never supposed to know what they are really about. And like I said, we are also lacking the bigger picture of what really happened. In the beginning, you're being love bombed, and like everyone else, they put their best foot forward in order to captivate you and convince you that they are a good person. Quite often, they were mirroring our good traits back to ourselves. And that made us believe that we found a soulmate, somebody who's like us. That way, it is easy for them to hook you. But over time, you realize that they were nothing like you. They didn't really share the same values. They didn't treat people with respect like you did. In the beginning, you were groomed. You were being manipulated in order to trust them. Again, this is done by putting their best foot forward. And once you've been hooked, you enter the second phase, which is called devaluation. And now that the narcissist is getting closer to you and getting intimate with you, he will apply different techniques in order to uphold this fantasy world, in order to keep you guessing, to not allow you to see the bigger picture of what is truly going on behind the scenes. For instance, he will apply manipulation in form of gaslighting to always leave you guessing. What you may have also experienced in the getting to know each other phase was the narcissist's tendency to give you vague answers. Giving you vague answers about their life and situation, or maybe even events in the past, is a major red flag. But what it does is steering curiosity in their targets. It makes them seem mysterious. Oh, there's something about them that seems interesting. And especially those vague answers in the beginning, they rise to the surface again while you're being devalued. You remember these vague answers later down the road, and you begin to play detective. Like, what did he mean back then when he told me that something happened in his past, but he wouldn't really open up about it? What was that all about? The moment you start playing detective, you need to realize that there's something going on, something maybe even dangerous. That is your intuition telling you that something is severely off with that person. Narcissists lead double lives, maybe not just one, maybe multiple. There are cases out there where narcissists have a whole life in a different state, a different province, a different country even. Some of them enter relationships and are married at the same time. That's where their talent for time management comes into play. The narcissist was hiding so many things from you that if you learned about the bigger picture and the full truth, you may never be able to heal from that. Maybe in a way it was a blessing that we never found out. How does a narcissist manage this double life? Narcissists are prone to compartmentalizing relationships in their lives. What does that mean? Compartmentalization means that they are putting all the relationships that they have into a box. And every box is given a different label. There's the box of a marriage or a relationship. Then there's a box of friendships, if a narcissist does have friends, because usually they don't have real friends. And the friends they usually associate themselves with are narcissists themselves. Then there's a box or that compartment of co-workers, affairs, neighbors, siblings, family. And they have a talent to separate these people from each other, even on social media. For instance, they may not even change their relationship status on social media. That means you're in a hidden compartment, in their hidden relationship, so that they can find multiple new targets and narcissistic supply on social media without ever knowing that they are in a relationship. They're pretty strategic in that and very smart. It's like a game of chess for them, and it gives them a thrill to keep people in the dark. They will always leave you guessing throughout an entire relationship. However, from my personal experience, there were so many more things I learned about him after I had left that abusive relationship. Because once I stepped out of this brain fog that I experienced from all the manipulation and gaslighting, I was slowly able to connect the dots and piece the puzzle together, at least as much as I could. Narcissists like dropping little hints throughout the relationship and even before you step into that relationship, once again giving you vague answers to your questions. They like dropping those hints because they like playing with you. They like dropping those hints to seem more interesting, like I said before, and mysterious. And that also keeps you hooked because now your curiosity is triggered. You need to find out. There's something about this person. Once again, the best advice I can give you, if you have to start playing detective, that should be the number one sign for you to make the decision to leave. I know it's not easy because you might be trauma bonded, but it's the right thing to do.